There is a rule at this World Cup that almost nobody is talking about, and it has already decided a match, a real match. A goal was scored because of it, and when the tournament actually starts, the biggest sporting event on the planet, it could decide who goes home and who doesn't. Here's what happened, and here's why you need to know about this. Football has a time-wasting problem, and FIFA has known about it for years. Defenders who take forever to take a throw-in, goalkeepers who stroll around the box before a goal kick, substitutes who limp their way off the pitch like they've just run a marathon, conveniently right when their team is winning by 1 goal in the 90th minute. You know the type. FIFA looked at all of that and said, enough. For the 2026 World Cup, they introduced a package of new rules designed to do one thing: speed the game up. And while most people have heard about a couple of them, one rule in particular is about to cause absolute chaos, and we already have proof. Let's start with the easy stuff. Throw-ins and goal kicks now have a 5-second countdown. If the referee thinks you're wasting time, they raise their hand and count down from 5. If you don't take it before 0, your team loses possession. A throw-in? Given to the other team. A goal kick? Becomes a corner for the opposition. Just like that. This sounds simple. It isn't. There are roughly 30 goal kicks and throw-ins in an average football match. That's 30 potential 5-second crises. And at a World Cup where the pressure is already through the roof, you can imagine what a referee holding up their hand with 5 seconds on the clock is going to look like on a global stage. But okay, that one's got some coverage. People know about it. Here's where it gets interesting. The substitution rule. In theory, substitutions are straightforward. Your manager holds up a board, you walk off, someone comes on, fine. In practice, substitutions have been used as a weapon for decades. A winning team makes a change in the 80th minute. The sub comes off slowly. He hugs the manager, he hugs the bench, he hugs the water bottles. The other team stands there helpless, watching 60 seconds of their lives dissolve. Classic time wasting. FIFA just made it very, very expensive. Here's the new rule. When you're substituted, you have 10 seconds to leave the pitch. 10 seconds. From the moment the board goes up or the referee signals the change, you have 10 seconds to exit at the nearest point of the touchline. Not the far side, not through a parade. The nearest point, 10 seconds. If you miss that deadline, your replacement cannot come on immediately. They have to wait on the touchline for a full minute of playing time. And here's the part nobody talks about. That 1 minute is just the minimum. The sub can only come on at the next stoppage after that minute expires. If the ball stays in play for 5 minutes straight, your team plays on with 10 men for 5 minutes at a World Cup. This is not a theoretical concern. We already saw it happen. Japan versus Iceland. A friendly played just days ago as a warm-up for this tournament. 85th minute. The score is 0-0. Iceland's manager makes a double substitution. One of his players, a winger named Isak Thorvaldsson, doesn't get off the pitch in time. The referee makes the call. Thorvaldsson is blocked from entering. Iceland have to play on with 10 men. 1 minute and 54 seconds later, Japan score. Header in the net. 1-0. Game over. Iceland lost a match because someone took too long to leave the pitch. Now imagine that's not a friendly. Imagine that's a World Cup knockout game. Now we should talk about the rule that could genuinely change the culture of the sport. And it is wild. Players covering their mouths during confrontations. Red card. That's it. That's the rule. If you're in an argument with an opponent and you hold your hand or your shirt over your mouth while you say something, the referee can send you off. A red card. Gone. This came directly from an incident involving Vinicius Jr. in the Champions League, where an opposing player apparently directed a slur at him with his mouth covered, making it impossible for lip readers or cameras to catch it. FIFA decided that if you're covering your mouth to hide what you're saying in a confrontation, you've got something to hide, and you're out. In theory, this sounds extreme. In practice, players do this constantly. Watch the next match you see, you'll notice it everywhere, and now it's a red card at a World Cup. And then there's VAR, everyone's favorite topic. VAR at this World Cup is getting expanded powers. It can now review incorrectly awarded corner kicks, but only if the correction can be made before the restart. It can check second yellow cards, something it never could before, and correct them if they were clearly wrong. It can also review cases of mistaken identity where a referee books the wrong player. These sound minor. They aren't. A mistaken red card in a World Cup quarterfinal changes everything. Now VAR can fix it. So let's go back to where we started. There is a rule almost nobody is talking about, and it already cost a team a match. 10 seconds. That's all it takes. A substituted player who gets emotional, takes a wrong route, tries to milk a few extra moments, 10 seconds, and their team could be down to 10 men during the most important game of their lives. The coaches already know about it. Japan's manager spoke about it after the Iceland match. He said those 10 seconds and the new 3-minute water breaks are going to change how teams prepare, how they train, how they think about substitutions. Every team at this World Cup has been warned. The question now is, who's going to forget? Because when it happens at the actual tournament, and it will happen, we'll all watch that moment in slow motion, counting down from 10, wondering how the entire trajectory of a nation's summer hung on one player taking too long to jog off a football pitch.
If you want to follow every moment of this World Cup with the context to actually understand what you're watching, hit subscribe, because this tournament is going to be different, and we'll be here for all of it.